Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Pokemon Platinum. This is Sinnerly, of course. So, last time, we went ahead and almost stopped Team Galactic from their plans, but we were just too late, and we couldn't save the two Pokemon of the lake. So this time, we're heading over to Snow Point City, up north, but first we gotta go through this area of Mt Coronet. So, last time, if you recall, I did mention how you should bring a Pokemon with defog. Well, that is actually not necessary, as we don't really fight anybody in this cave. It is actually a very short cave, so you don't, and there's no trainers in here to fight. So therefore, defog is not really gonna do us much harm. It's just gonna be the hardest C items, but other than that, yeah, bring 5 Pokemon. You still need your HM play for some reason, because Sinnoh is just full of unnecessary HMs. So yeah, but first, there are actually quite a lot of things here that are very useful to get if I could figure out just how to even get most of these items. This is not where we want to go. So now, wow, I swear I was more prepared than this. I promise. I don't know why. But yeah, something pretty neat though. If you push a boulder, you don't have to actually keep pressing A again. You automatically move a boulder when you kind of like, yeah, see? As soon as you kind of move aside, you push the boulder automatically. So that's neat. So, yep, there we go. We had to head up a little bit north. And because once again, Sinnoh just loves unnecessary TMs, we're gonna put 2 Rock Smash in front of each other just to make sure we have it, you know. But sometimes I just think, I don't know what I don't know what the game designers really be thinking sometimes with this kind of stuff. That's a rare candy, so you make sure you pick that one up. I don't like using my rare candies early in the playthrough, just because I think the best time to use it is right before the Elite Four. So if you're wondering what I'm saving my rare candies for, it's that. So yes, if you head under here into like the basement of the cave, is what I call it, you will get to the foggy area, but do not worry, there are no trainers here, nothing to worry about. You just need to memorize more or less where the items are. But I think for the most part, I do know where some of these items are. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and find the item. A couple of the items that we're missing. Well, I talk about the one new encounter on this lake. It's a pretty good one, actually. I had to step away. But here you have a light clay. Don't really know what that does. Maybe I'll put it somewhere on the screen. Yes, I can't remember. I don't really know most of what these items do. I'm so sorry. But over here, we have a Max Elixir. Always useful. Restores PP to the moves. So, anyways, the one new encounter in this cave is on this lake, where in 4 randomly generated squares, you can encounter the Pokemon Feebas, who is just as useless as a Magikarp. But just like Magikarp, he gets to evolve into something so special. Milotic, one of my favorite Pokemon ever. Oh, the thing is just so cool. Milotic is a special water type, great moves. Just an all-around perfect. I think one of the perfect Pokemon and one of the, if not the best designed Pokemon of all time. It's just so good. So here I have a soft sand, which boosts the ground type moves. So yeah, so Feebas can only be caught 50% of the time, and only 4 squares in that whole entire lake. It's not the worst grind in the world, but it's a little bit tedious, but not the worst. So if you really want it, it's not too bad. Nope, that's not where I want to go. It's not too bad to catch, but just be warned, the evolution method for Feebas is quite weird, as it's the only Pokemon that evolves with contest stats. So if you don't play contests, I highly recommend you look at a guide, because you could easily mess it up. You know, I'm not a contest guy, so I wouldn't be able to tell you just how to do it. I just know you need to create poffins using the berries and with the berries that you get from, you know, just around the overworld and stuff. But certain berries enhance certain stats, such as beauty, coolness, cuteness, stuff like that. But for Feebas, you need specifically to increase its beauty stat to the max. And with contest stats, you can only feed it so many berries, and after you feed it a certain amount of berries, then that is pretty much it. You can't feed it more. So if you don't max out the beauty stat, you can't get Milotic, and so you have to catch another one and feed it more. That's a mouthful, but yeah, that's how you evolve it, in case you're wondering. Cause yeah, quite odd how you get that. So, if you're playing Platinum, there is this cave here, and in this cave, if you magically have a what do you call it, a Wi-Fi event from when the game came out, you can be one of the lucky people to get Regice or Regice, whatever you decide to call it. There, this is a nugget here. Make sure you grab that. Regice. He has a high special defense. It's a good special attacker, so it can hold its own. It's pure ice type, which isn't the best defensive typing ever, but I mean, again, it's Pokemon. It's not really the worst. You know, it does need a little bit of strategy to use properly, but once you have that down, it's pretty good. It could wreck if used wisely. It's a little bit slow, and yeah, also you can't really get it. So there is that. And with that, really short cave, but yeah, I'm telling you, defog was not really needed. Route 216, I think. We have entered the worst route in Pokemon. Not because of the trainers or anything, but because of the snow. Yes, you will sink into the snow, and this is all you can move. You can't move any faster. You can only walk. You can't use your bike. It's quite the worst. But there are actually a couple of pretty good Pokemon here, and it's probably the first ice type Pokemon you could get here. So, but there are a couple of trainers, and there are a lot of them. So I recommend you sit back and you just kind of fight your way through this. So I can figure out kind of more or less. There we go. I want to challenge you, but you do actually want to challenge all these trainers, because a lot of them are actually kind of trainers of interest. There is specifically one that you really do need to battle, and this is going to start off with a Golden. All right, it's a good thing I had Stark out, and actually, this will now give me the chance to talk about Hail. It's essentially Sandstorm. You know, it does chip damage to anything that is not an ice-type Pokemon. Quite annoying, but if Hail is in the battlefield, Blizzard can't miss. So this does at least get a nice positive over like Sandstorm, where if you have a Pokemon with the move Blizzard, you could use it and you probably won't miss. So that's quite nice. You're gonna start off. You're gonna do Rapidash. You know what? Let's send McMorto. We haven't sent McMorto out in a while. I was looking at like older episodes, and in like 6 episodes, McMorto has only leveled up once. And so yeah, McMorto, I think you deserve to level up a bit more. So here you go. Here is a fresh, fiery Rapidash for you to turn off, or hose down, or surfs up, or surfs down. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna stay quiet. But yeah. All right. He'll continue to fall. And what's actually coming next? I know I should probably look into what some of these Pokemon have, but I don't know. I kind of like the surprise of just not knowing what's to come. You know, I do kind of try to keep track of the Pokemon that you do need to battle, like the trainers of interest, because it's the only place you can see that certain Pokemon. But other than that, I don't really keep tabs of what to really like look out for. Kind of just figure things out on the spot, which I don't know if you can tell by the quality of this playthrough usually, but yeah. We figure things out sort of on the spot. Eat a snowball. Well, joke's on you, I already have. But with that, Repel wore off, that's fine. So over here we have a full heal. Not terrible, not terrible. But before anything else, we need to go over a couple of the new encounters, because why not? So first we have Snover. Let's talk about you. Snover is the almighty hail summoner that we've been like hoping for a long time. Yeah, it once it appears in battle, it starts a hailstorm. It can learn Blizzard. Blizzard never misses with them. So that's neat. And it learns Woodhammer by level up, has decent stats across the board, has terrible weaknesses. That's probably I think the most of any Pokemon in the game. Evolves a little 40 to a Bomb on the Snow, but it is a little bit slow with so many weaknesses. It's a little hard to kinda, you know, make sure it survives. And now that we're here, let's talk about Snorunt, who is a very weird and awkward Pokemon with 50 across the board and stats. It's basically just the ice version of Ralts. It has 2 evolutions, both gender dependent, and one of them uses an item, just like Ralts. The first is Glalie, which is awful, and is probably the worst ice type in the game. It has 80 stats across the board, and if you want an ice type, literally everything else is better than Glalie. It also leveled 42, pure ice type, so that's about it. But if you're wondering why we are still here and haven't ran, it's because, ladies and gentlemen, Snorunt, when caught female, evolves into a very special Pokemon, Frostlass. Oh boy, I'm so excited to talk about this one now. Frostlass is the unique typing of Ice and Ghost. You know, it is quite frail with not great defenses. I think it's, I believe, 70 stats are on the board somewhere. But dang it, does it learn some pretty good moves, pretty useful moves, and because it's so frail, you can teach it Destiny Bond. So if you're, for some reason, you know, tough Pokemon, you know, has a fire type move, just Destiny Bond it. It'll probably outspeed it with its decent speed, and just take it down with you. The way I'm trying to strategize this team, I have an idea of how to use Frostlass, you know, and unless its moves are super effective, it's probably not gonna one-hit KO anything. But it's super cool, one of my favorite Ice type Pokemons, and it is the final team member of our team. We're gonna try to catch it in a quick ball here. I don't believe we've caught anything on our team with a quick ball, so that's good. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Thank you. But yes. So, Snorunt, would you like to give us? Actually, yes, I would, but not yet. I still haven't caught up with a good nickname for Frostlass. So, if you have any ideas of what to name it, leave it down in the comments. And with that, we're gonna fly because I do actually want to. I do want to check it out. I'm gonna fly over to Celestic Town. All right, Snow Runt, female. Let's check you out. So, you are impish nature. I knew I was gonna catch a Pokemon, but for some reason, I never have the charts on hand here, and I, of course, can't remember them. You are minus special attack plus defense. This is not. I'll be back. All right, and we are back on the snowy route. I think we're gonna catch a couple more. Frostlass. See, normally I don't really go after optimal nature. I do have a repel on, so I have to waste it. But I normally don't really go for like optimal natures for my Pokemon in single player. But I want to make the exception for Frostlass because the stats are already a little low. And so there is an idea I want to use for this Pokemon on the team. And I'm looking for at least a certain specific nature or a certain stat to be boosted. So I think we're just gonna, it's not that incredibly rare. It only spawns at nighttime. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and look for it. A couple more and catch them. It's 10% of the 10%, which is quite rare, but not too rare. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and catch a few and meet you guys back at the Pokemon Center. See you in a bit. All right, we are back at the Pokemon Center. That took like 30 minutes to catch just 3 female snow runs. Hopefully one of them please have the nature I want. I counted 8 male snow runs and 3 females. So that was nice. All right, so we got a lax nature, quirky, and lonely. So lonely nature, the minus defense plus attack. No. Quirky nature, that you are going to give me neutral. Okay, not terrible. And then we have a lax minus special defense plus defense. Okay. Let me think about this for a second. All right, so after deliberation, I decided to go for quirky nature. It's a neutral nature, and its highest stat is defense. So Snowrunt, congratulations, you're on the team. Let's go be Persephone here. All right, now we just have one more thing to do. All right, so we are here at trusty old Orberg City because if we head over to Mt Coronet, this area specifically, put on a repel. Also, if you want to know just how long it took me to get a repel and to get female Snorlax to appear, I literally, for the first time, used the white flute to attract more Pokemon. Yeah, it was that bad. But anyways, if you surf here, cross that little lake, we get the Dawn Stone. And so, not the right one. Let's scroll all the way down. God, these menu speeds couldn't be slower. Ladies and gentlemen, friends of all ages, Snowrunt is evolving. Oh, she's just so cool. Frostlass, you are one of the coolest Pokemon ever, with one of the coolest Pokemon card arts I've ever seen. You are what looks to be doing a home invasion. Is kind of just what I see, but I'm dumb like this. All right, guys. So with that, we're actually not done with the episode. I have a stopping point in mind, and we do have a couple more of the encounters we had to go through. So I say I meet you back over at Route 216. All right, so we're back to Route 216, and we're gonna switch some items around. You know, our Frostlass is at level 33, much lower than pretty much the whole team. And because Ice type resists Ice types, I think it would be smart to give her the XP share for now. Okay. So with that, let's continue on our adventure. I'm an elite battler, but Cold as my nemesis. Cold is my nemesis. I don't feel ya, you know? I personally am a cold. I would much rather be living in the cold, living in the snow, than living in the heat as I do now. Like who wants to deal with 110 degree weather? Nobody wants to deal with 110 degree weather. Why? Because when it's hot outside, you can't do much but be in the shade. But when it's cold outside, you could just, I don't know, put on a jacket and put on more layers. That's all you have to do. Okay? And the snow is just a lot more fun to deal with. You know, you can play in the snow. You can't play in the dirt. That's just kind of gross. It was not when we were kids, but like now playing in the dirt, I'm just like, ugh. But the snow, it just looks so pretty. No, So yeah, that is my life story on why I like the cold more than. But anyways, I think we're still missing one new encounter in Route 216, so I think we should go over it now. It's a pretty quick one, but it's a really good one. Sneasel. If you for some reason don't want a Frostlass or a Snover Abominable Snow, you can get yourself a Sneasel. It got a much needed evolution in this game, which makes Sneasel probably the best Ice type Pokemon in the game, and an amazing physical sweeper with Weavile. Weavile is a speedy beast that is not going to be outsped by pretty much anything, except maybe a Crobat, I believe. It does evolve a little bit later as it uses the Razor Claw, and we're still quite a ways away from getting one. But if you could deal with Sneasel, but Sneasel is definitely somewhat viable until then. But man, once you get Weavile, it's just on a class of its own. So I think that is every encounter here. That's new. Everything else you pretty much already seen. And Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is such a unique Pokemon. If I had the option to trade evolution on here, I definitely would use the Porygon 2. It is such a unique Pokemon that doesn't get any level of respect these days. Okay, but enough of that. Oh. This is awkward. I guess okay. You're a fighting type now. Huh. Let's go flamethrower. Let's see what, hopefully, this is gonna be one of those, isn't it? It's just tank versus tank. Come on, Nimbus. I need a critical hit here. Uh. Huh. So I think this is a good understanding of why Porygon 2 is such a really good Pokemon. Have you lost your fighting type yet? No. We need to switch Nimbus out. You are fighting type. You don't have a psychic type move on the team yet. So Igmorno has Thunder. So Igmorno. Stark has his Thunder. And that's been a very Can you please stop using recovery? Like really? Please. But anyways, Stark does have Thunder, and it's been quite devastating for opponents. So let's see if you can do your thing. Okay. Oh, it's super effective. That's even better. Oh wait, I think it got the typing from. Okay, never mind. I'm dumb. It wasn't a fighting type. It copied Nimbus's typing. Huh. Look, alright, I like Pokemon. Never said I was the smartest Pokemon player ever, okay? Up here we have a revive, so definitely worth your time to go up those steps and get that. So, and you, I don't know what you're gonna have, but I think Stark could be able to handle this. What? Oh, you have one Pokemon. That's good. You have a Tropius. That's good. Okay. I mean, why wouldn't? If you have a Tropius, I wouldn't really classify you as a tough trainer. But it's unique enough. I know it's a grass. I think it's a grass type, but I really don't feel like switching out. Even though I probably, since taking 2 moves, it probably would have been normal to just. It's fine. It would have taken the same amount of moves anyways. And like, I hope you can hear the sigh in my voice here. Stark, I get it. You know what? Your Thunder is devastating. It hits more than more than it probably should, especially so, like even with the wide lens. But man, does that still really hurt when you don't hit it. Okay, thank you, Stark. Thank you. And oh, Russell hasn't leveled up yet. Okay. This is the reason why I hate the snow. We can't run. And actually, there's one more trainer before we stop here. So let's go ahead and battle this guy. I don't think he's the trainer of interest here. At least I don't think so. No, you are not. Okay. Sneasel, Dark Fighting. I learned my lesson. Let's put in Nimbus. Actually, Nimbus does have my fire type move. All right, Nimbus. Let's try to survive something from Sneasel Slash. Okay, I think you can survive this. Yeah. I don't think you'll survive a nice type move that Sneasel has, and it's gonna damn right outspeed you. But we could try a flamethrower. Beat up. Oh. Okay. But yeah, flamethrower, that should do the trick. Nimbus, you are perfection. You are a perfection of a Pokemon. Good job. Right, Nimbus 274 and Nimbus Road to level 41. Love to see it. Frostlass did not gain anything. I never expect you to be an expert. We got $202,000. All right, nice. I believe Stark. No, Stark doesn't have any ammo. Fine. All right, Repel wore off, and you're now at the Snowbound Lodge. For these longer routes, there'll always be these little houses here, and act like a Pokemon Center. And I think this is a great place to stop. You know, we got ourselves a new team member in Frostlass, and we really can't get much better than that. We went through half of Route 216, the snowy, annoying route, but it's been a lot of fun. So, till next time on Pokemon Platinum, when we continue Route 216 and head over to Snow Point City. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And goodbye. Thank you. Also, this music kind of rocks.